Hello, hello, waiting for people to come in. A little bit of music. $7:30 on a Tuesday Tarot. Let me turn this down a little bit. Hello, greetings. Shout out where you're from. All right. So we're going to do some current events tonight. I'm still dressed from work. Still have my work gear going on. Some current events. So it looks like 46 has been saying a lot of things. A lot of things. So he was talking about some food shortages. We're going to touch on that real quick. See if there's any legitimacy to that. Threw a big gauntlet down with Vladimir Putin. Greetings, welcome everybody that's hopping in. So hope you're all doing great. You have a belly full of food. I did not make dinner yet. I still have to do that. So he made a suggestion about that Putin needs to be taken out of power. He cannot remain. So that was a pretty big gauntlet that he threw down. He also advised that NATO would respond to any threat of chemical weapons in kind. So hello, Christine. It's just you and me right now, as far as I can see, honey bunny. So we'll keep going. You can ask questions as we go through. So let's go real quick. We'll shoot right to. I'm gonna make myself a little bit smaller. Wait, let me make myself smaller so you can see the cards. There we go. Oh. So let's do the food shortages. Let's take a look at food shortages. I know Alicia and I did it on our live, but let's see if food shortages are a reality, if we're really going to see food shortages. We're going to look at Europe first, and I promise we're going to get to the meaty stuff right away. Food shortages in Europe. Is this a reality for the summer? I'm going to look at the summer. Let me keep shuffling a little bit. See what the summer is going to be like in Europe for food shortages. Actually, why don't we do this? We'll do summer, fall, and winter in Europe. Start there. Summer. Fall. And winter. Oh boy. This is not looking good, guys. So, summer, we have some evidence of some shortages going on there. Hi, Sherry. So we're going over food shortages in Europe real quick, and then we're going to jump into the meatier stuff. So it looks like they're going to be okay in Europe as far as food shortages for a little bit. They know it's coming. There's some planning going into place. They're looking outside the box, trying to find other avenues, and they're really trying to double down and hang on to what they have. So that is a good sign. They're being very smart about it. Now, the summer is when we're going to really start to see some evidence of that. the lack of planting that's going on in the Ukraine right now. Who is that Facebook user? I think that's KB. So yeah, if you're a Facebook user, you got to shout yourself out, because I can't say we're getting to them. We're getting to 46. We're going to be talking about 46 today. So stick around. Stick around. So in the summer, we're going to start to see some panic and some changes, or we're going to start to see those shortages in Europe then. And by winter, we're going to see some desolation. There's going to be a lot of hope, like, oh, things are looking good. Things are looking good. KB, guys, for my regular viewers, KB is one of my oldest friends. I went to kindergarten with her. She keeps getting sent into Facebook jail because she's got a big mouth, but I love her. So by winter, Europe is going to be seeing some really significant changes, lack of harvest, hope they're going to be hoping and like, everything's going to be okay. And like, we're just going to try and, pray and hope and, positive thoughts that we're going to be okay. It's not going to work. People are going to be really angry. There's going to be a lot of language about this. So let's see if that's going to come and hit us here in America. And then we're going to move on to the gaffes. Gaffes. There's lots of Biden gaffes this week. What the hell is this guy thinking? So food shortages in America. We're going to do the same thing. Summer, fall, winter. Let's take a look. Shout out some questions if you have questions. We're sticking with current events. Power struggles. Oh, so this is us in America. So this is summer, fall. We're into fall. Oh my goodness, same cards. Look at this. We got holy moly, same cards right here. Same cards. KB, we're gonna, and same Ace of Swords there too. Holy cow. Boom, shakalaka. All right, so summer for us. There's going to be a lot of conversations and a lot of yelling. There's going to be a lot of yelling. So people are really going to be overburdened here in the United States. Also, there's going to be a lot of nostalgia looking back to possibly the last president, possibly some of the other previous administrations. We're really dropping the ball here. Things are really not going to be balanced. There's a looking back to when things were more balanced and when they were more manageable. Let's put it that way. We will have some hope here of someone coming to the rescue, and there's going to be a lot of people that are changing their minds about the current administration, the way things are being run. This is my opinion only. Let me put my banner on so I don't get in trouble. For entertainment purposes only. Karen, how are you, darling? So, Karen, we're just doing, we're going over some food shortage stuff. This is the United States. You can watch Europe on the replay. This is summer. This is winter. This is summer, fall, winter. So in the fall, things are going to be really crazy. We're going to get a lot of promises, but people are not dumb. People of the United States are not dumb. They are going to be very hip to this. And I think the right people have been prepared for this event. So, but there's going to be, people are going to be blowing a lot of smoke our way for us regular plebes. They're going to be, sending out messages of, you have to sacrifice, you have to, it's patriotic to sacrifice. This is not World War II. We're not going to do it for our country. people understand the A plus B equals C, and this is how we got to where we are. The destitution, Americans don't like to do without. They don't like to be they don't like to be uncomfortable. They'll be a little bit awkward, but they don't want to be without for too long. Gas prices, food prices, it's gonna be a very, very short path to dissatisfaction. And we're going to hear that. A lot of people are going to be voicing their opinion. There's something with electronic communication here that we're going to see. We're going to see some more reckless electronic communication. We're going to see people like my friend KB, who's on here right now, who likes to spout off on social media. And she went food shopping today and she's pissed. Here, there we go. And she's also hoping for a new president. I think a lot of us are. So when we get into winter, we get into some other things. There's going to be a lot of lying here. We're going to have a lot of emotional, this is yelling and screaming and really creating a ruckus. And then we've got truth teller that's going to come in and move us off. This is going to be a little bit chaotic in the winter here in the United States. Just want to warn everybody. You can very easily go on any of the survivor sites, and there's easy canned recipes for beans and rice, dried beans, not canned beans. You put them into mason jars and you can just store them, and you'll be really happy that you did that if we do have food shortages. Hi, Serendipity. So let's take a look at the two big Biden gaffes this week. Number one was declaring that Putin should be taken out of power. He cannot remain in power. Probably not the best thing to say. And the other one was that the UN or that NATO, if Russia uses chemical weapons, we will respond. NATO, meaning NATO, respond in kind. No one really knows what that means, but we all know what it means. Now, there's been a lot of backpedaling on all the things that he said. He's trying to walk it back. Peter Doocy was not allowing him to do that. So let's take a look at what he was thinking or what he meant when he said that he wanted to take Putin out of power. Now, again, I'm just a tarot reader. This is just my opinion. I am not a political professional person. This is just my opinion. But let's see, what was he thinking when he said that Putin needed to be taken out of power? Did he mean it? Let's see. Whew. So he didn't he meant it. He thought it was a show of strength. He thought it was a show of patriotism, earthlingism, if you will. He thought it was his big moment to really flex and show the world what a powerful man he is and how decisive he is. And did it occur to him that he potentially could start World War III? No, but he is... Do you ever go to a bar and like there's a guy who's had a few drinks in him and he's trying to like start a ruckus, and he just is really looking to flex and, you know, get rid of some of that testosterone. This is kind of what was going on here. He wants to have a bigger show of machismo. He felt like he wasn't being presented very well, and he wasn't presenting very well on the world stage. I mean, we all know he's not the best father in the world. I don't know, maybe he is the best father in the world, but I don't think that he is. So, hi Gwendolyn, welcome to the party. So, yes, Biden thinks. Yes. So his intention was to present better on the world stage. Like again, I've said this before to all of you. It's very World War II thinking. It's he's not really looking at where we are in terms of technology, wartime technology. He's not looking at that. He's just kind of spouting off at the mouth, and he really does think that the war is a world away, and it's not. The world's gotten much, much smaller since World War II. So if you hear drums, I have a drummer upstairs. I just heard the drums starting. They're not war drums. So does he regret what he said? Is he just trying to play word salad games? Word salad games? Is that a thing? Does he regret what he said? Yes, but it's out there. The cat's out of the bag, and he thinks he's going to repair it with internet posts, tweets, reporters. He thinks it's going to be repaired. It's not. This is a beast that's much bigger than what he expected. He's not going to be able to fix this situation. He's not going to be able to fix what he said. Now, sticking with the declaration that Putin should be taken out of power, he also, in response, someone asked him, a reporter asked him, are you concerned about what Putin thinks? And he said, no, because why would you be? Another nuclear power in the middle of a war that everyone is opposed to, or an invasion. Why would you care if he felt insulted? We're all saying that Putin is a little unstable, and why wouldn't you want to poke that bear? So let's see. What does Putin think about what Biden said to him? So this is interesting. Those of you that follow me know that I just read The Laptop from Hell. Strongly recommend that you read it. It is a very interesting book if you're interested about the dynamics of power, not the power dynamics, but the dynamics of power in the Ukraine region. This card is alarming. This is how Putin is right now. Okay, he is over it. He's over the silly little games. I'm just fixing my camera a little bit, get a little bit more organized here. He is over the mouth. He doesn't want to hear it anymore. He's been very, very carefully crafting his campaign, the invasion. He's been very careful about how he's been proceeding. And we've got the mother. He is going to bring the mother down on. He's under control. Putin is very much under control, but he really is tired of it. Now, this card is very, very interesting. This is where his head is. And so this is, the Shady McShadester card. This is people doing, craftier things. When he's upside down, this is shady things that are revealed, shady things that are coming out. I'm wondering if this is his ace up his sleeve, that he's going to start to let some information out. Directly ahead, in Putin's direct, future. He does not have the tools that he needs yet. He's still hanging in there. So I think he's going to hold this back for a little bit, but he is sitting on a treasure trove of information. He is not, it's one of the things, like, he's not really worried, for someone who's invading another country. He's not really worried about it. He's got something on Biden. I'm sorry. I think that he does. So let's see. Is he going to respond? Is he going to respond? No, he's not going to talk. But I think there's going to be some military action that we're going to see. I think there's going to be some escalation of this military action campaign. I don't know if we're calling it invasion. I think we're going to see some escalation here. That is unfortunate. What is the next week going to be like for the two of them? Week starting today, not just this week. Let's look at the next 7 days. We'll go through the weekend. We'll do Biden here, Putin here. So we got Biden over here, who's very unhappy at home. Okay, things are disrupted. The illusion is about to pop. This illusion of everything is terrific, and we're in a good spot. We're in a good spot. The illusion is dissolving. This whole angry old man thing that he's doing, getting angry at everyone, he's been told to calm that down, and I think they're going to start to roll out Kamala to calm things down, believe it or not, because she's, let's face it, we're kind of laughing at her and not like she's going to start World War III. With him, it looks like he's going to start World War III just by having a mouth. So we go over here to Putin. Putin for the next 7 days. There's gonna be some trouble at the end of it all, but they're going to be, almost clearing the path. Right here. This is a clearing of the path. I think he's going to make some more aggressive moves during the campaign. I think he's going to regret them. So that's what we've got for the week. Okay. Let's take a look. This whole chemical weapon thing. First of all, let's see if chemical weapons are on the table, because that may even just kind of halt the reading right here. If you have questions about this, fire them off now. I had a long day. Hi, Celtic Rune Singer. How are you? I hope you're having a great night. So, chemical weapons, are they on the table? For Russia. Will they use chemical weapons? There's a disagreement about whether they should use them or not. No one's in agreement on this on their end. Certainly, this is a very complicated conversation for them. They don't want to get into this kind of a situation. There's the only way they would is if there was more strategic targeting, if they could strategically target small areas. So that is really kind of off the table. It's an unresolved conversation that they're having, and the collateral damage, they just don't want to do that. So that makes the chemical weapons thing really the point is moot. The point is moot. So there was something else that Joe Biden said. He actually said to the American troops, first of all, I want to let you know something. He ate with our American troops over there, I believe in Poland, and one of the etiquette components it's my understanding, is that the soldiers eat first. This is ROTC mom. I call them cadets. The soldiers eat first and the commanders eat last. And so apparently Biden shoved all this pizza in his face. And there's a picture of like some horrified soldiers. So I don't know if that's true. If you know if that etiquette is true, please sound off below. I would love to know if that's correct or not. I mean, some people are just going to look at Biden and say everything he does is wrong. I wish that I wasn't that person. So he said to the troops, and these were American troops, you'll see when you're there, women and children are fighting and they're getting involved. So is it on the table for American troops to be deployed to Ukraine? Are we sending troops in there? Because I don't know if I like that idea. Oh, Sally. Hi, Marisol and Sally. I just jumped in. I didn't even do I didn't do a premiere setup. I just jumped in. I worked late tonight. I wanted to hop in. I didn't have any private reading scheduled, so I just jumped on. I just showed up. It's like magic. So, oh, my ear is ringing. So, my right ear too. That means somebody's talking smack. So, are we sending American troops to the Ukraine? Are we deploying? Are we going to have boots on the ground? Boots on the ground. That's what I want to know. Marisol, I'm going to get to your question, honey. Boots on the ground. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. So, where are my readers at? It's sword, ground, disappointment. This is conflict. This is a conflict right here. So, the Knight of Wands is eager, enthusiastic, and heading into war. Okay. You know what, Marisol? It looks like we're going to have some people deployed there. I don't know if this is a good idea. So we've got the warriors here on the ground, conflict, not going to work out. We've got the heart of the matter is creating this great image and being the warrior nation. And this is starting things up. How is that going to go? I'm getting intuitively, these are peacekeeping troops they're going to send in. They're going to say they're peacekeeping troops. How's the music? Is it too loud, guys? Let me know if it's too loud. This is not a great idea. This is not our strength. We don't belong there. The United States does not belong there. The land is going to reject us. Ukrainian soldiers want us there. Ukrainian soldiers, do they want us there? No. No. Neither does Zelensky. No, they do not want us there. What do they want? Sorry, I'm sloppy shuffling. They don't want us there. They want us to tie up the sky. They want us to close the sky. That's what they had said, close the sky. And that's what they want us to do. That they want to do what they need to do on the ground. They want us to just close the sky and send money, send materials. That will make them very happy. They don't want us there. They don't want anybody else there. All right, so let's see. Is Biden going to send them anyway, even if they're not wanted? God, he's a dumbass. I'm sorry, guys. He's gonna try to. He's gonna try and interject. He wants war heroes. He wants war heroes to come back. That's what he wants. He wants to be able to cart them out and say, "Yay! Look at these guys." I also feel like there's something undercover going on. There's another operation there. Is there a clandestine operation going on? Do we already have boots on the ground? It's two different questions. Clandestine operation, boots on the ground already. Oh, clandestine operation. Boots on the ground already. In secret, not yet deployed. All right, so we've got clandestine operation. Yeah, there's something going on there. It's not too cool. Something a little bit shady. And then we've got boots on the ground. It looks like they're kind of in place, but not actually doing anything just yet. So that's what I've got there. Intuitively, I'm getting a big loud message. I don't know if I want to do it on Facebook. Big loud message that there's a couple of targets on Zelensky's head. It's not just from the other side. So let's do this. Is Russia targeting Zelensky specifically? Are they looking to take him out? Are they looking to take him out? Oh. Oh my. Oh my. Party's over. So it's the end of this regime. Now, you can read this a couple of ways. The end of the illusion of this regime. Okay, so when we have the devil is a lot of illusion, and this is our Knight of Cups. When we put those two together, we get an illusion of goodness. We get an end of the illusion of goodness, and a severing. Party's over. So I think they do want to take him out, whether it is ultimately, which this could be ultimately, taking him out. But let's see. So I don't think they do want to take him out. I think they want to, it's more of a surgical thing they want to do here, because they don't want the martyrdom. They don't want him to, they don't want to recreate the situation with Nicholas II. They don't want to create a martyr here. So they want to make sure that they do this right, if that makes sense. Again, I'm a tarot reader. That's where I'm getting this from. So, and okay, Karen's got a note here. Yes, Marisol, how humiliating for us indeed. Glenn Beck a year ago, he did it. Oh, yes. Okay. So that is partially in the, it's partially in the laptop from hell. I'm telling you, I got it on tape. I got it on Audible and read through it, and I was done with it like in a day and a half. It was so good. But yeah, Glenn Beck, unfortunately, Glenn Beck like kind of gets looped in with those conspiracy theorists. But for the most part, information is information. So you just have to, you have to use your own mind at the same time, or you have to be psychic and just like look stuff up. So will Zelensky be taken out? Hang on. So will Zelensky So the Three of Swords is a little bit troubling, because that would indicate that like he's already gone. All right. Now I don't think that he is. I just don't think that that's what's going on. But here he is still a very strong leader, but shifting his direction. Okay, so I think maybe he might be shifting a bit more into negotiations, trying to, I think he's more open to letting some of those areas go that have been in dispute. So as far as that goes, I think he's starting to have a bit of a change of mind. Still hopeful despite what he sees in his path, almost foolishly, still trying to curb any attrition and trying to be really positive. I think they're running out of supplies, and I think that he really needs to look inward and do an inventory of what they have. He needs to make sure that he can sustain what's going on. So, all right. So there we are. There we are. So, what time is it? It is 8:18. You know what we can do? I see I got a bunch of requests on here. I'm going to change my banner. And I'll open up for some readings. So let me see. I think I had a request up here for a card. Let me see. I'm just going back up to the top, guys. Just bear with me. And if you're here from Facebook, make sure you say who you are. All right, I'm just seeing who's here. Guys. I know there were a couple of... Okay, so... Smritikana. Oops, Smritikana. There we are. Okay. There you are, Sugar Plum. So when are you going to meet your future spouse? Let's take a look. I've been doing timing lately. Timing is a lot of fun. If I give you a reading, you can support my channel over at Venmo. When are you going to meet your future spouse? Do like a little Celtic cross. We'll give you a little bit more than just when will you meet your spouse. I hope you're still here, darling. So you're not ready yet. I think you're really young. Are you really young? So you got a ways to go. All right. We're not quite there. There's a little bit more growing up you have to do. And a couple of things you have to work out. So you need to be more generous with yourself. And you need to cherish more the time that you have to yourself. Once you get involved with someone, it's like full steam ahead. Things are happening. Don't rush it. You don't want to rush this growing up and getting into an adult relationship, because it's going to, when you get into a relationship, you really are like two parts of a whole. And you start to lose a lot of stuff from yourself, and so you lose a lot of time. So enjoy being a kid. Don't be in a rush to get into an adult relationship. It's not something to fret about. It's going to happen. The future is there. It's just going to take some time to get here. So I hope you enjoyed that, darling. Let's see. I know I had another one in there. Oh, hi, Bev. Hello. So we got Brenda Lane on here. Brenda Lane, can you tell me what to expect from Naomi Sanchez? Okay, this is neat. Okay. What to expect from Naomi Sanchez? Ah. Now, what are you up to with Naomi Sanchez? So this is interesting and very, very positive. So this is a good union, because it's great for problem solving, and you'll have some difficulties moving forward. It's almost like you're going to get stuck in the fun of having this union. You're almost going to get lost in it. So just be mindful of that, because it's going to it's almost like time stops. outside of you guys. You're having such a good time. But very neat. There are some definite underlying karmic things that are going on here. So, it's hang on. We're gonna go a little bit deeper. I hope she's still here, Brenda Lane. So, the karmic lesson here is that the world still exists. Even when you are in the best of situations, the world still exists. And you always have to have the salt and the pepper, or as my husband would say, salt and pepper. You always have to have the salt and the pepper. You can't just have the sweet without the sour. So sometimes you have to step out of this bubble and go out into the world, because otherwise, if you stay in the bubble, everything's going to stop and the garden's not going to grow. So there we go. That was came through really strong on that one. So now let's take a look at Marisol. Okay, Marisol. Are you with the right person? So we're going to do you and the person you're dating. We're going to do 2 rows, okay? So take a look at that. I'm going to throw, that was a jump out, so you got to jump out too. Marisol. And I should be saying Marisol, which is much prettier than me saying Marisol. Probably the reason I say Marisol is because when I moved to California, my orange changed to orange. Hang on, I just want to get just a little bit more vibe on here. Right person, Marisol. Trying to get you, honey. So, okay. This is you. This is him. This is the overview in the middle. Okay, Marisol. So what we've got here, this is conflict for conflict's sake. Oh, I don't know if you could, you know what? Let me turn my overhead off. That's a little bit better. All right. We got a better view. So this is conflict for conflict's sake. This is like the gal that, it's like the French gal in French Kiss, where she's just kind of pouting and trying to elicit a response. So this is a danger zone for you. Okay. Always with this one, have your emotions be true. Okay. You should, because he doesn't like the coquettish, coy business. He doesn't like that. He doesn't buy into it. He's like, what you see, what you get. He's like a meat and potatoes kind of guy. So, any of the flirty, or, I don't want to say manipulative, but like the suggestive things that you do, and believe me, we all do it. The suggestive stuff he doesn't like. You should be very frank and honest with him. If you want to go get cheeseburgers and beer, tell him you want to go get cheeseburgers and beer. If you want that really great Michael Kors bag that you saw over at the shop, tell him you want the bag. He's much more open to frank discussion. And that's not a hard thing for you. So, just you ask for what you want, girl. As far as him, he's a little roadblocked. He doesn't want to move forward just yet. And the reason for it is just he's just not ready. It does feel like he still wants to sow some wild oats. I don't know if he's young, but it feels like he's got some wild oats in his pocket, which is not a bad thing. But he's not a bad guy. He still wants to watch the game with his friends. He still wants to not have to call you on Friday night if he's out till 1 a.m. He's like a wild stallion. He wants to be unfettered. So hope that works. The relationship has some things that are hidden right now. And when I get this card, when I get the High Priestess and relationship cards, what I tell people is there's hidden stuff in the relationship. When there's hidden stuff in a relationship, one of two things happens. Either you find out the hidden stuff and you go, oh, wow, what a surprise. That's great. I like it. Or you find out, oh, boy, there's hidden stuff there and I don't like any of that. So those are things that you have to be careful of. When you pull the curtain back, when the High Priestess, when you go up to the High Priestess and you pull that curtain back, you could have a stormy sea behind her or you could have smooth sailing. It really depends on what the situation is behind there. So I hope that helps. I hope that gives you some direction. Sound off in the comments if it does. You guys are so funny. Hey, Jen85 with the sneaky snacker. I know. Where's our girl? Francois, bonsoir. So I don't know who I don't know who Naomi Sanchez is. I've got the drummer behind me.
Is that what I'm known as?
Shh, no, get out of here. Oh, Beverly. Okay, here we go, Beverly. Kicked off your side gig. Is this going to be a disaster? Why would you say it's going to be a disaster? Maybe I should give you a different deck. Maybe we need a different deck.
Go grab one.
No. Let's pull out a different deck. I'm going to do cartoons for you. Yes, if you a Facebook user who wants a message, just tell me who you are. Those of you that are asking for messages, you can support my channel. Add Venmo. All right, Beverly darling, here we go. New venture. Let's see what it's going to be. I love the side hustle. I love side hustles. Side hustle for my girl, Beverly. Beverly, I started a diet this week. I can't drink. Ah! All right. Side hustle. Don't worry about that. Devil card right in the middle. Don't worry about that devil card. All right. So here we go. Okay. So the devil card, when he's in reverse, devil card is contracts and things like that. This is watch the contracts. So if you took out like a rental space, if you took out like a an office space or something like that, just be careful of your spending and your contracts that you put into place, Bev. Okay, that you really have to have somebody review it. Now, the King of Swords is sometimes are attorneys, really bright people, accountants, that kind of stuff. So make sure you look at the accounting on it. Don't overspend. I keep getting that this is like a spending thing. So the greatest businesses in the world you can set up really cheap. You don't have to go all in. You don't have to, spend $10,000 and deck it out. You can get your supplies and your materials fairly inexpensively until things start picking up. But this, I want you to watch the expenses that you have on this. That's really what you need to do. And here's our High Priestess again, even though she's Miss Moo Cow. So she's in reverse. So there's some things that you haven't looked at. It might be the setup, the way that things are set up. So just be mindful of that. All right. Also, I want you to be mindful of home. Make sure that you don't overextend yourself and you take time to go home and calm down and relax. This has the potential to take you into a level of commitment where you start to forget about yourself and you start to forget about home. So I want you to make sure that you keep taking care of yourself, you keep going home and getting with family, getting grounded with them, because the work is there. I just don't want you to dial it up too much. You're full of energy. You got a lot of different ways you can go with this, and there's going to be a lot of work that you can do. So just be very mindful of how much you pour out of your cup. You got to refill that cup. Sometimes you got to go home and make a pot of tea. So is it going to be successful? Let's give you a 6-month overview. I got a jump out card. Yes. Do you have a partner? If you have a partner, this suggests partner there. Somebody else coming in. Help bear the load. 6 months. I keep dropping these cards. I haven't had big cards in my hand in a couple of days, so I've been using the little ones. 6 months. Let's look at 6 months. 4 cups. 8 of wands. There's our speed card. That's what we want to see. And then hangman. So 4 of cups. This it's going to be good. We're going to get off to like an administrative start. You're going to start out with like a lot of nuts and bolts, and that's where you have to be careful that you don't invest too much money in the nuts and bolts of it, because the real value is in your brain. Your brain is the most valuable resource that you have right now. You don't need 10 computers. You just need that big, beautiful brain of yours. Things are going to get going pretty quickly. So buckle up. I like Richard Branson. He says, if you ever get an opportunity, don't turn it down because you don't know what you're doing. Just say yes and figure it out as you get along. So you're going to get busy. So you may need some additional help in here. You might need a partner. And then you're going to have to pivot. There's going to be a pivot point, and you're going to have to make some adjustments. So the setup in the beginning, making sure that you keep within a solid and reasonable financial start is going to make a lot more sense here. So there we go. Hope I did well for you. I hope it's going to be great. I'm excited. I want to hear more about it later. So, all right, let's move on. And so, all right, my Facebook user, I don't know who you are, who's asking for a message, but I will give you a message. And I'm shuffling cards all over the place. Every day I'm shuffling. Message for my Facebook user. So we got the world. Something is over. You're moving on to a new phase. Let's see what we have here. So the world is our last in the major arcana. So here we go. All right. So this is a nice little message for you. So you're moving on from someone not giving you their all, not being honest with you, and not letting you fly. So you're going to cut them out, and you're going to go on to take more control over your life and more agency over where you go and what you do. Now, you don't have all of the tools yet, but you will. So don't worry about that. Again, this is like a fake it till you make it kind of situation. So I definitely hope that helps. So moving on, leaving somebody behind who is not telling you the truth, and going on to take more charge of your life. So that is my Facebook user who wants a message tonight. So we're going to move on. And if I give you a reading, please feel free to support my channel. Add Venmo. I got my Venmo up there. Not a fan of PayPal. They locked up my money one day. All right. So we've got Dr. Priya. Dr. Priya. I will pull some cards for you, darling. Sound off where you're tapping in from too. Especially those Facebook users, because I have no idea where you're coming in from unless you register with StreamYard. Dr. Priya. Dr. Priya. Oh, Dr. Priya. Who is this King of Pentacles? So, Dr. Priya, we have this very, very handsome King of Pentacles, take charge kind of guy. Oh, relationship future. Okay, hang on. Francois, I'm going to come right back to you. Relationship future. So here's our gentleman here. So it doesn't look like there's going to be much movement. You fly to Netherlands for my job, migration due since January. So it doesn't look like there's going to be a lot of movement on that. You're definitely. This is kind of awkward. The move is in play. The transition is in play, but it's not finalized on the other end. So it's like you all have your bags packed and you're at the train station, but the train is delayed, or the hotel's not ready. You know, you get to the hotel and like the room is not ready, so you have to hang out in the lobby and, you know, kind of read the paper and entertain yourselves. So there's some holdup on this right now, but that's going to free up. And it's going to be very sudden. Okay. So they're going to be able to make that happen, but this is going to be a really, really good move. You know, it's going to be very different for you, but it's going to be a very good move and you're going to be very happy there. So let's just see if we can get some timing on that as well. There's still some pieces that need to be put in place. It's not real clear on how quickly things are going to get moving, but they will, I assure you. You know, it's going to get going, but like I said, you know, you're going to get to the hotel and your room's not going to be ready. You're going to have to just hang out for a little. My best advice, actually, let me do a little something here. Hang on, we'll do a little storytelling for you. Little storytelling. So what should you do? Keep your things moving. Okay. Keep the messages open with them, with the team that's doing the transition. Keep packing. Don't put things on hold. You know, you want to keep your end of it moving. There's going to be conflicts. There's going to be some holdups. This is more of the same. Be patient with your husband and with the people that are in charge of this, because it's going to drive you a little bit nuts, because there's going to be some holdups. So just be patient, dig deep, and just trust that it's eventually going to be done. And there it is. And there it is. These are the two best cards in the deck. So there's going to be some struggle until you get there. You just have to wait just a little bit longer. It's nothing that you can do. Your task is to just keep putting the bags onto the train, getting your things packed away, getting ready to go. That's your job right now. The holdup is going to be on somebody else's end. I think your husband's going to be a little bit frustrated with it, so just be really generous with him as well. So I hope that was good. I wish you well in that new endeavor. So excellent stuff. So Francois, here we go. So what we're going to do, I'm going to switch up decks. I'm going to go back to my standard deck. No cartoons. Will your son ever have a normal life? Do you know how many times my parents have said that? Not about their son, but about me. So I have to get a new car. And I told my dad today, I found this Fiat. He goes, you're not driving a Fiat. So he just doesn't want me. He wants me in something a bit more substantial than a race car. So yes, it was a fun conversation with my parents today. So my dad is a very astute businessman and purchaser. So I have never bought a car without him. So I think I will be buying this one without him because they are away at their summer place or their winter place. But let's see. Will my son ever have a normal life? I got one card sticking out. Aha. Okay. So we have two very hopeful cards here, Francois. We have the Sun, which is a very hopeful card, and the World, which is also a very hopeful card. Both the Sun is all things coming to light, illumination, understanding, wisdom, being touched by God in some cases. Some people, will have an epiphany. So this is in his future. It's definitely in his future. And the World card is also about that. That's about transformation and becoming something new, becoming something different, becoming something more spiritual and more godly. So yes, there will be a normal life coming. There's the illumination is on its way. The struggles that he has, it's poisoned his ability to love. It has blocked him from being able to really feel grounded and have. Hang on. It's preventing him from planting those roots very deeply. He doesn't feel very much in control right now. There's a lot of lack of control here, but there's this unwillingness to change just yet. We're going to get there though. There's this light at the end. This is, and that was one of the reasons why I brought up these two cards first, because they're very, very positive. But this gets a bit, it's blocked. It's not wanting to move forward, not wanting to get out of this, and not using the best judgment. But there's a lot of despair in this. It's very troubled. So we can message more about that later if you want to send me an email at fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com. So if you want, we can go into that a little bit more. So if you reference the reading, I'll have to pull up the video because a lot of the time when I do readings, I can't remember them after. But yeah, if you want, we can talk about that a little bit more privately. So, but I am hopeful that he's going to get better. So, okay. Who's this? Is it on Facebook? We're on Facebook. Is this live on Twitch or Facebook? We're actually live streaming to Facebook. I have a page, I have a Facebook group, and we're also on YouTube. So let's see. Who is me, please? Let's see what you are. Oh, we got all these people on Facebook that are like, me, please. I don't know who you are. So I got me, please, with 4 thumbs up. Let's see who you are. Oh, me, please. Who are you fighting with? You got a lot of fight going on here. So I've got the struggles because of this union here, and you're just over it. This is like stick a fork in me. I'm over it. And all this is going to come out. It's like, blah. Not such a great situation. It looks like this is possibly getting out of a home, getting out of a relationship. I'm not sure. Can't tell because you're not giving me anything but a bunch of thumbs up. So that's what I'm seeing here. So like, what's your best course of action? Let's do some storytelling. I love storytelling. It's so much fun to do these. Moving on to better things, taking back your power, taking back ownership and agency over your life, on to new and better things. This is a new home, it looks like. Being very carefree about it, being very excited about it. So we don't need this guy because he's going to cause us some issues. Going back to him will be a hard stop. Moving on is going to be a much better situation for entertainment purposes only. I'm not a therapist. So, all right, who do we have here? I've got Facebook user. I want a message. I'm going to give you a couple of cards. I'll give you 3. I want a message. What's the message? What is the message? Did you ever see the movie What About Bob? Untie your knots, Bob. So there's a certain level of anxiety and tied upness. You can let go of that. All right. So you need to lean into more of your artistic endeavors and be more greedy with your own time. So this is about, freeing yourself through doing creative things, doing art. And so for some people, it can be, sex and, dancing and physical things like that. So, there's definitely this level of anxiety. You need to break free and go have some fun. So whatever kind of fun that is that you like to have, you go do it. All right. So we're going to pull these. Who else do we have here? Message for me, please, with a bunch of tulips. All right, 5 tulips. Message for you. Message for you. Remember, you can support my channel over at Venmo. Page of Swords. Internet information. That's our Page of Swords. Page of Swords is a a lot of the time, internet communication. So, got a slowdown of good news. If you're waiting for some news, it's not going to come yet. Is it an apology? Are you waiting for someone to apologize to you? I don't know. But if you had a fight with someone and you're waiting for that apology, got to wait a little bit longer. It's going to take a little bit longer for them to get back to you on that one. A little bit of a stubborn attitude here on the other end. Hope this is resonating with you, because like when I do readings like this, like I'm just on fire. There's all kinds of information coming in. So yeah. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, if you're waiting on someone to apologize or to come clean and tell you that they're sorry, if that's what's going to make you feel good, I wouldn't wait for it. Okay. The inner feeling, you need to get right with yourself and not let this be the moment that is going to define your happiness. All right. Don't ever wait for someone else to do something to make you happy. That you have to get that happiness from within, and that's right here. You have to do that because it's not forthcoming right now. Okay. So whoever the person who you're waiting for them to give you some validation, don't wait. Not going to happen. Not going to happen right now. All right. So I'm sorry, but happiness within. So who else do we have here? Okay, Rosie for short. That's a terrible diet. Beverly, it is a terrible diet. Hi, Serenity Hills from California. First timer. I hope you subscribe. So let's see. Is Frank your twin flame? So, all right, since it's your first time, I got a weird thing with twin flames. I don't know if they exist. I think that we are all part of this energy mesh. And I think that, we float in and out of other people's orbit, so to speak. So I don't know if there's like that one person that's out there that's for us, that's a twin flame. I know that there are ones that I have spent time with in this lifetime that I like a whole lot. I'm married to one right now. So, but, he is certainly the love of my life. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I need to meditate on it more. But, I was a huge fan of Dick Sutphin. I just found out that he did pass away. Dick Sutphin was one of the premier, if not the past life regressionist. He's a hypnosis guy. You can get some of his tracks on Audible. He's got a few books on Audible, but he had a DVD that was amazing, and apparently you can buy it still through his website. But it was this amazing past life regression DVD. I'm doing past life regressions over the next 22 days. I'm doing 22 days of past life regressions, just because that's what weirdo psychics do sometimes. But so I looked up on, I was looking up, trying to find the video for the past life regression, and I saw that he passed away. I guess 2020 he passed away. I was very upset about that, but his wife had posted something very cute underneath him, and it said, "The loves of my lives." And so I thought that was a very nice thing. So Frank and the twin flame. Let's see what we got here. And I also do sloppy shuffle. Serenity Hills 88888. I'm gonna just do 88888. So I do sloppy shuffles all the time. I almost named my channel Sloppy Shuffle. So Frank, twin flame, Serenity Hill. Serenity Hills, Frank. So you're certainly supposed to be together. Um, the lessons for you and him are very interesting here. So the lessons that I have for you is you're fairly well settled in like spirit wise. You're fairly well settled. You've worked out a lot of karmic stuff. You're pretty cool like that. Um, the challenges that you have is that he's a little bit less settled. So if you look, we've got 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're all the pentacles. Pentacles are our root and being in our family and our home and being settled and just be really having that concrete, solid foundation. Yours are upright, okay? His are not. Very interesting. So the sevens are about, sixes are about a point of stability, but when they're in reverse, it's about questioning that stability and maybe kind of shaking the foundation a little bit, back and forth. The sevens are about stability and review. You can see this is a nice little farmer who's reviewing his crops and trying to figure out what you can do that's better. Now 8 is refining that craft, but he's upside down, so that's blocked for him. Refining this craft of being a person at home, being this well-rooted individual. And then you have the 9 of Pentacles, which is our kept woman. This is our wealthy, abundant woman who is very well settled. She does forego some freedom for her creature comforts and for having this abundance. It's giving some things up to have that abundance. I love this card because even the falcon is hooded. I don't know. Can you see it? There you go. See my hooded falcon there? Again, another symbol of freedom. But she's got all those grapes and she's got all those pentacles. So she's doing all right. She's got wine. She's got money. She's happy. So he is a bit less settled on that. And he doesn't see the value of it. He doesn't really appreciate the value of being rooted. He's still in that like vagabond kind of stage. So I wouldn't worry too much about him. And again, like not going into the twin flame thing, you're definitely supposed to be together in this lifetime. You're definitely supposed to learn some lessons from each other. There's a fire down below here. This is under the surface. We've got our Ace of Wands, which indicates very passionate, very exciting stuff. It is a fire sign. So if you want to talk about twin flames, we've got at least one flame here. The heart of the matter is communication. Okay. So communication for the two of you has to be balanced. It has to be balanced between intellect and emotion. You want to make sure that the conversation is not a screaming match or a whispering lovey-dovey match. It's got to be a nice balance between that. So I hope that helps. I hope that resonates with you. But definitely, you've got some skills to learn. You're more of the pillar in this relationship, and he's more of the water around the pillar. So if that makes sense, he's kind of floaty. I don't know if he's a water sign, but he might be. But he's a bit more floaty and a bit more inconsistent with his emotions. So that's what I got on him. So Beverly, no, it's not. All right, Beverly. No, it's not grim. Not grim at all. Just, when you get readings, your reading was not great. No, I remember it's a couple minutes ago, but I remember it. It's not grim. These are warnings for you, just to make sure that you do the right thing, so that you get your ducks in a row. We want some ducks in a row. Oh, you do have a partner. Oh, good. Okay. All right. So yeah, don't be scared by that. We'll talk later. Email me. I PM me. Don't PM me. Email me. Give my email. So, all right, let me do this. We'll see. We got another Facebook user, Rosie. Rosie, one of my favorite cousins is named Rosie. So, general message. Let's see. We got that cute little butterfly in there. She's a whole lot of woman, whole lot of Rosie, whole lot of Rosie. All right, so changing of the guard with your home, okay? And it's not something you want to do. It's there's something. Did you leave a house, or are you moving into a house that you don't like? It's all about establishing new foundations, and you don't like the process. The process is less than happy. So I'm getting a very clear message of like a college student moving out of the dorm and going back home. It's like kind of that, like, not that you're a college student and you're moving back home, but it's kind of that vibe, like, oh, like I had my own place and now I gotta go here, and like I gotta toe the line with somebody else. I gotta be around somebody else. Like that's kind of the vibe that I'm getting here. If you're and it doesn't necessarily have to be the home, but it could be a moving on to another level in your life. I still say it's more of a home thing, but feeling rootless, feeling like the rudder broke and you're not sure where to go. So I do feel that's what's going on here. Let me see if I can get a little bit more. Oh, excuse me. There we go. We got some progress here. So we've got our mother card and our secrets card, intuition. Your intuition is shut down on this. So you do need to open that up. So like I've been talking about the pineal or pineal gland. I've been doing these exercises to get mine to open up a little bit more. It is your third eye. It is the window to the rest of the universe. So I've been doing some exercises with that. Right now, you're like, ooh, like you have a Band-Aid, like Marcellus Wallace over your third eye. Like you just don't want any of that intuition to come in, whether it's conscious or unconscious. You're like really trying to block all of that information. Don't block it. Don't be afraid. If you want to get some messages in there, if you want the guidance, you can always do like psychic light. Like all of us have psychic ability. All of us have intuition. But some people get very afraid of it. My mother is very intuitive. She does not like it. My son is very intuitive. He thinks it's kind of cool, but he doesn't want to tap into it yet. The thing with psychic ability is that it really is a superpower, and it is something that can kind of guide you in your day-to-day decision making. It can help you at work. I use my ability at work all the time, secretly, but it is something that you can kind of tap into and use it to your advantage. So I would definitely do that. So that will change things, and it'll help you to see where the good stuff is. That's really going to help you, and it's going to help you make decisions. So I say tap that open and get your third eye. Let some of that psychic ability come in. So I hope that helped, Rosie. See, you don't have to just come to psychics. Some of us tell you to go be psychic on your own. All right, so wait. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, Dr. Pri, I'm glad you were here. I hope you're still here. So, all right. So I got Sarah 23 who sent the same message a whole bunch of times. So the person who I'm dating has another person in his life. All right. So is this a question? No, it's a statement. Okay. So, hang on. Drop my cards. All right. So, person you're dating has another person in his life. So we'll do three. We'll do 3 lines here. This one's for you, Sarah. So this is you, darling. Sarah. And then here he is. And here's the third. So for you, and I'm not a therapist, I'm not a doctor, I just reading the cards here. So this taming of the beast, this situation that you are in, the relationship itself is built on a fairly solid foundation. You're very well appointed for each other. You're really pretty compatible, pretty solid couple. We're gonna have to get a little bit more about the string, but this is really ideal for you. Okay, this is really what you want. For him, he's still trying to figure out what he wants. This is bothering him, but he's coming through it, and he's going to take more control. He's going to make a decision soon. I can't say who he's going to make a decision for. The one on the bottom, this other element, a bit judgmental, and she is really putting some pressure on him. She's going to pressure him for more of a commitment, and I think that's what's going to put him off. I think that's what's going to send him off the rails. So So he has a very good thing with you, and he's going to understand that. This was almost like a thing that he had to do to just kind of figure out where home was, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes you feel better, but it was something he had to go through to figure out where he wanted to be home. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that. And let's see, who else do we have here? Oh, thank you, Marisol. Thank you so much, darling. And good night, darling. All right. Indeed, Karen. What is Sarah doing? Oh, so Dr. Priya. So let me see. Wait to conceive. Let me see. Let me see. I don't know if she's still here. We'll do one for Dr. Priya. Wait to conceive? Yes, wait a little bit longer. Just wait. Let's shuffle a little bit. You won't have to wait long. Babies are such a blessing. They are. I tell everybody right before they give birth, come and see me. Having my children was the easiest thing I've ever done. Yes, it's gone. Oh, and there's our babies. There's our babies. Don't worry about it. They're coming. They're coming. I firmly believe that there's a bunch of little babies up there that are just ready to jump in when called. So, yeah, they're coming. Don't fret about it. You've got time. You've got plenty of time. And it's going to be great. You want to make sure you're in a good spot before you do that, Dr. Priya. So, but don't you worry. Don't you worry. They're coming. So, Francois. Okay, Francois. Good. I'm glad it worked. Creator Nat, I can relax. I'm going to pull up my stool and sit down. I've literally been standing all day. I went into the office today. It was great. I love going into the office again. It's so much better than being in my basement. Oh, my pleasure, Francois. Yes, JD. I am. So you can fire off a question and I will answer the question, and you can support my channel at Venmo. Donations are encouraged. So wait, Meta. Hey, Meta. Oh, I know. I'm digging it. Right. This is Alicia Wicker turned me on to this StreamYard. It's actually really, really great, and it works really, really well. So, can you please ask? Do you see my daughter's money wows changing? I think that was woes. Daughter's money woes. So, Meta, let me see what I got here. I got cards jumping out for you. So there's one. So that tells me that's usually help is on the way. So she needs a professional in there. Like she needs, I don't want to say she needs an actual forensic accountant, but she needs an accountant that's going to go in there, look at everything and budget her. It can't be you. She's not going to listen to you. So like, no offense. She's just not going to listen to you. But we need, and it's really wild because Governor DeSantis just passed a bill, not the don't say gay bill because I think that's terrible, but I think it's terrible calling it don't say gay, but he just passed a bill that I think it's high schoolers have to learn like basic home accounting and what interest rates do and how credit cards can negatively affect you. I knew so many kids in college that got credit cards and like were just spending up a storm because they could. And they were like, I'll pay it later. And like, no one really realized, what that was going to do. Me, myself, I didn't get a credit card. I had my first credit card. I think I was 32 years old. I was married, like I just didn't have one. But I, had other girlfriends that would like, get that 0%, and they like flip the balance over and they'd have the 0%, but they get a bigger limit, and so they buy more. It's just terrible. But she needs somebody to come in here and uncover where the leaks are. So there's some leaks in the financials, and they need to have somebody go in and figure out where those leaks are. But it can't be family. It's got to be a professional. I don't know if she has the means to get somebody in there, or if she's got a friend who is better versed in these things, but it needs to be someone who is going to give her the skills of how to manage her money. So that's really what's going on. Sorry, guys, drinking a lot. So we have that, the money woes are at the top of her list. Like, that's really what she is worried about. It's waking her up at night. She's just not able to get a respite from it. Giving her more agency, giving her more control over what she does with the money that she has is going to improve that situation. So we actually have a great guy here in New Jersey. He's named Larry Montani. He's my mortgage broker. I don't know, put a link in the description later. But he's got a financial seminar that he does, and he's got different vendors there that can help people, credit repair people. But something like that would be really great for your daughter. Even people that don't have any money benefit from seeing like a financial counselor. Like, I'm not good with finances. I'm terrible with them. I can't even do math without a calculator. So outsourcing to professionals, even if you don't have a lot, is sometimes a really good plan. And sometimes, you can find just a friend who's really good at it, or, a neighbor who just, would sit down and say, hey, this is what you have to do. And it's really there. The problem here is that there's no template for her to follow. And so she keeps making mistakes, kind of trying to figure it out. And, getting somebody in there who can kind of give her the template that she has to follow would make a lot of sense. And it'll help her out immeasurably. So I hope that helps. So let's see. What else do we have here? Oh, Serenity, what is... Wait, I think okay. You're welcome, darling. Oh, that's good. Oh, I'm glad. And I'll do one more question for you. So, will you be collaborating with someone with music? Let's see. I'm gonna switch decks. This feels like a cartoon question. I'm just going to move that over before I knock it over. Stay there, fellas. This deck feels super stiff tonight. I know some of you that follow me see me. It just feels really stiff and cold tonight. Let's warm it up. Okay, collaborating with music. So we're going to do storytelling for you too. So there's a lot of choices, but you have to be careful who you get into bed with. Now, I don't mean that in the literal sense. You have to be careful who you're doing this collaboration with. There's a lot of different ways that you can go with this, and you want to make sure that you pick the right collaborator. Okay, because there's just a lot of sneaky people out there. There's a lot of hidden stuff. You have to be careful and you have to protect yourself. You can't believe, like, in all capital letters and neon and crazy. You can't believe the hype. Um, there are a lot of people, and if you're new to my channel, my ex-husband works in the music industry, used to live out in LA. A lot of crazy stuff I saw, a lot of crazy stuff I did. It was a good time. But there's a lot of people that will sell the dream and create the illusion. So this illusion of fame that we have to be very, very careful about. One of the things when I lived in LA, there were some guys that worked for my ex-husband, and they were making, this is in the late 90s, they were making like 50 grand, and they had $500,000, $750,000 houses. And I was like, how are you living like this? Like, this is so far beyond your means. And they were like, oh, it's electric money. Like, it's not real. It's electric money. Like, I still say electric money. I was like, what's electric money? Like, they're like, it doesn't matter. Like, I came with like a very practical sense of, like, you earn this much and you spend this much. I couldn't wrap my head around how they had almost almost $1 million home, and they really weren't making that much money at all. And again, like, I'm not being judgmental on, like, what somebody makes, but I'm making judgmental on how they live. But I learned very quickly that in LA, there is a very, very different perspective of what reality is and what you're putting out there. So, like, there is this whole facade of success. And that's why you hear, like, a lot of these celebrities, they are bankrupt, but they live in a $10 million home. So, there's this very interesting culture out there is just very specific to Los Angeles. So you have to be careful of the illusion. All right. And you have to be careful about getting caught up in the illusion and being disappointed by it. There's always, and I'm a fiction writer too. I have a day job. I read tarot cards at night and on the weekends. If anything, I would have loved to have, like, had a really cool wood paneled office and just be typing away and writing every single day. But the reality is that is something that you have to hit that iron really hard and fast when you're young. You got to hit it when it's hot, and you got to do it. And I missed my window. So I'm not going to tell you to miss your window. I'm going to tell you, make sure that you have your options open. Make sure you have the plan B and the plan C. You do want to make sure that that's there, because it may not be what you're into. However, there may be an alternate route that you can go. So here's the thing, like, you may get involved with a producer and in the music industry, and you may find out that, hey, I don't want to be actually making music. I want to be behind the scenes, kind of engineering what goes on. So you may be able to find a very different pathway there and still be on the fringes of it. That's not a failure. It's not a hard stop, but it is something that you may keep that poker in the fire, but you won't be in the fire with the poker. You'll be on the periphery. So I think that's where you could go with that. So those are just little bits of information. So all right, I think I am going to wrap it up for tonight, because it is now 9:30. I am supposed to go into meditation mode and go see yet another past life of mine. So, like I said, I'm doing past life regressions every night for 21 days. So, everybody, I hope you have a great night. Thanks so much for being here. Thank you to all my subscribers, all my viewers, all my live people. Yay! I will be back. Tomorrow's What If Wednesday. I have no idea what we're going to what if, but we'll do something fun for what if. So thanks again, everybody. Have a great night.